What's going on, all you wild witches out there? Your two favorite ghouls are back here for 31 Days of Horror. I am Logan Myers. It's my good mate over there.
And I'm Henry Hill, and we're talking about 1989's horror film? No, not really. It's more of a comedy, fantasy, romance movie. But on a special request, we're going to review this one tonight. We're talking about Teen Witch.
Everybody dreams, but Louise's dreams all come true.
Astroth, Barbas, Tetragrammaton, Theos, Ishnos, Arthetos. What? It's a new U2 song.
Teen Witch. Winning is a magical feeling.
That's right. One fan requested this movie for about the past 6 months. Requested that we review this for 31 Days of Horror, even though it's not really a horror movie, but hey, it's an 80s shitty movie. So we're like, why the hell not? So that's why we're here. We watched Teen Witch, that's currently streaming on Max. For the first time, this movie stars Robin Lively, Blake Lively's older sister. The movie takes place in 1989. She plays the character of Louise, finds out she's an ancient witch with magical powers, and really sets up the rest of the film, including the character of Brad.
Oh, what a setup for the film. You just said it right there. Louise, this kind of nerdy outcast girl who has a big crush on Brad, high school quarterback and just beautiful man with great hair. But really this movie from the get-go had me laughing. I didn't expect this at all. 80s to the max, and starts off with a dance, and every 5 minutes there's a dance in this movie, a dance scene, choreographed dance sequence. It helps tell the story, and it gets you into this world of basically back in the 80s, 1989, and they used a lot of choreographed dance sequences to get you into the story here. Louise, crushing over Brad, but she's a nerd. She really doesn't have a chance. Her next door neighbor, I think, or the girl across the street, is actually dating Brad, and she sees him pull up in the Mustang and take her and go to school and all that. And she's always wished to be the cool girl. And basically her wishes are granted one day when she runs into a familiar face, old Aunt Zelda Rubinstein.
Loved her in Poltergeist. We just reviewed those movies. But yeah, Louise has a run in with Brad. I think he hits her bike or whatever, and then gets out to help her, and he has no idea who she is, even though they just had a scene 10 minutes before that, and cool. It's just like, come on. It's
I know.
Unbelievable.
Hey, do you need a ride?
No, leave me alone, Brad. He's got to be like 35. Most of the cast in this movie are mid-30s, and they're in high school. It's hilarious. A lot of the cliches of the 80s movies that we love. Ridiculous for no reason at all, shower scenes and just everything you would see in an 80s movie. It turns into a musical for some odd reason throughout the movie. There's a lot of urban hip hop and rap vibes in this movie as well. Three white guys are always rapping for no reason by the lockers. And it's just a movie you have to watch. It's hard to explain. There's so much crazy and ridiculousness going on within this film. It just takes you for a wild ride.
It's definitely unique. We can definitely say that for sure. Louise's friend, Polly, Mandy Ingber, I thought she was likable as a friend, kind of rooting Louise on. And she also has her own little rap scene, which was hilarious. She gets out of the car and starts spitting rhymes. I'm like, what is going on here? Oh, man. But this movie had me laughing. And, I could see why people would enjoy this movie. It's like campy as hell. It's much in the vein of Footloose, but on crack, basically. And, for whatever reason, it's about a witch, but, they don't even get into that till about, 3/4 of the way through the movie. They don't even play in on to her being a witch very much at all. She finally gets the powers and is able to give herself a brand new makeover. It's kind of like She's All That in a way, where, you can tell she's a pretty girl, and she just wears these ridiculous, a lot of clothes, a lot of layers, sweaters and stuff. And then when she finally turns into a witch, is able to make herself popular and beautiful, she finally does makeup and has, great big 80s hair and dresses, nice in dresses, and it looks good. And, of course, in the end, what's going to happen? Everybody knows what's going to happen. Old Brad's finally going to realize what he was missing all these, months and years in high school.
He's like, wait, who are you? Fred, we just
Right.
talked 10 minutes ago. We love the campiness. We love the 80s movies that are just movies that you can't make today. It doesn't have that magic. I
Yeah.
wish we probably would have saw this when we were younger and not pushing 40. There's good aspects about it. It's a fun movie. It's a musical. It's just a movie you want to laugh at. You don't really care about the story, and Robin Lively does a decent job with the main, being the main character of the film. It's just the supporting cast is kind of goofy.
There were a couple older actors that I recognized, in addition to Zelda Rubinstein, who sort of is the one that helps Louise realize that she's a descendant from the Salem witches and helps her realize the power. I think there's like a necklace or an amulet or something where she gets the powers from. But also I noticed a couple actors, this old guy, Shelley Berman. I remember him from back in the day. And then the girl that's like the lady that was like the drama teacher, I recognized her. Marsha Wallace as Miss Malloy, but yeah, she had a familiar face too. So I know I've seen her in older movies. So, it had a decent cast. It's very campy. It doesn't really feel like a movie that you'd watch around Halloween, but with it being about a witch, we gave it a go, and I had fun with it. I didn't have any qualms with it. I didn't feel like I wasted my time. I had a fun time laughing on my couch, and it wasn't overly long or anything. There were a lot of dance sequences. I just got silly with it and was, I was texting you the whole time, and we were just, laughing about it and everything. So not a waste of time. But yeah, it was a fun watch. We'll say that.
If you just want a good laugh out loud movie during the Halloween season, just, if you're getting lit with the significant other friends on the weekend, throw this in. It's fun. You'll laugh a lot at how ridiculous it is and how things have changed over the years, where we're at in 2023. It's funny. Yeah, it was worth a watch. It might be a movie I'd watch again next year, but this movie's currently streaming on Max. We definitely suggest checking it out if you want to have a fun time. So I'm giving Teen Witch a 3 out of 5 Robin Lively hair pieces.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you. I had a great time watching this flick. I'm glad we got it recommended from our good friend there, we'll say. Great recommendation, a fun watch. An 80s movie that we haven't seen. I feel like it feels like we've seen all the 80s movies, but of course we haven't. And this one was, a movie I'd never heard of. So glad I watched it. Glad I checked it out. It was fun. And for that and no other reason, not because the movie's good in any way, but it has that, fun and innocence about it that the 80s brought, and as well as all the shower scenes and ridiculous, dance sequences. I'm going to give Teen Witch, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 Teen Witch hair pieces.
Thanks for the recommendation to my beautiful wife, Molly. A sweet glass of Southern tea. One of her favorites. So I'm glad we finally got around to reviewing this for her. But we're interested from all you witches out there. What did you like about Teen Witch? What didn't you like about it? Is this a movie you watch on a yearly basis? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. Also check out these wild boys at Facebook, X, and Instagram, and our website, Cinephellas.com, for the latest, greatest TV, movie news and reviews.
Man, this 31 Days of Horror has been a blast. We were having so much fun doing this, reviewing a bunch of older movies and some newer ones and TV shows, a lot of TV shows that are dropping in the month of October. The Fall of the House of Usher, we can't wait for. That's one that's definitely on my radar. Mike Flanagan, Goosebumps, like your shirt there. Love it.
That's
can't wait for that.
Disney.
Yeah. So we have so much more to cover for the 31 Days of Horror, and we're going to be back very soon. So thank you very much, Molly, for your recommendation on Teen Witch. That was a fun one. Until the next 31 Days of Horror movie review, I'm Uncle Henry.
And I'm Uncle Logan Myers, signing out until the next 31 Days of Horror review. Cheers!
Cheers!
I don't really give a about trying to stop that.
Stop that!
Stop that! Unreal.
You can try till you blue.
I will make a fool of you.